Good afternoon, viewers. Please confirm in the comment section that you are receiving the audio signal now. umpire. 1-1-2-0. All right, sorry, viewers. We have been having a struggle with the network. Thank God, it now seems to be pretty clear after having a relatively poor stream for the first two frames. The kind of stream now that we're having on this stream on this match is what I will call the commentator's paradise. Pretty crystal clear images, and yes, audio as well, seemingly clear. And yes, even the pool that is played is as good as the quality of the pictures. Now it is the battle of the Ibras. Ibrahim Sejemba versus Ibrahim Kayanja, racing to 7 for a place in the second live semi-final in this ongoing 32-man double life competition here at QC Restaurant and Bar in Barara City. It seems the real machine, as Ibrahim Kayanja is nicknamed, is about to equalize against the killer, as Ibrahim Sejemba is nicknamed. Yellow to the center pocket left, black to the corner pocket bottom left, and the equalizer will be upon us. Race to 7 with both players walking on one foot, which means having one life in what should have been a double life tournament, with Ibrahim Sejemba having been defeated in his first life by Mark Mochi, with also Ibrahim Kanja having been defeated in his first life by Hazard yesterday in in the biggest humiliation of the competition so far, because it ended 7 frames to nil. And then Mark having been beaten earlier today, first match of the day, by Herbert Mukisa by 7 frames to 3. Once again, the viewers 2-2 between the Ibras, racing to 7. Simon Wola, the computer, one of 3 players left in the competition with 2 lives, is drawing 3-all with Glorious Senyonjo on the Facebook stream. The others are Ian. Actually, I think it's now those 2 only, because Kasozi is on 1 leg. Hazard is also on 1 leg, having lost his first life by walkover to Kasozi. So it's only Ian and computer who have chance to take positions number 1 and 2. I'll be looking at the chat to see if they face off before the final. Actually, those 2 can only face off in respective finals of their first and second life. So it is possible for both, either of the 2, to take positions number 1 and number 2. Most of the times that the Ibras have been facing off have just had that dominance of the killer. So I'll be differentiating them as the killer and the real machine, reminding you that the real machine is the guy that you are watching. In terms of nickname, the killer is the guy that is seated. He's the most senior of the 2. Actually, he has ever handicapped his opponent. The killer has ever handicapped the real machine with no black. At the peak of COVID, when the killer just became so stubborn, deciding to handicap the entire nation of Uganda, besides about 4 players, that was Mansour and Caesar and Kasozi, and another player called Geoffrey Setumba, as the real machine fouls. The real machine won that no black handicap by 13 frames to 12 in a race to 13. There was another battle that I did stream on this very platform, I think 2 years ago, at Amigos in Kansanga, Kampala. I remember that day being a sunny Saturday afternoon. With +5, the machine was hit-started by the killer, racing to 21 for $1,200 US, and it's one of the poorest shows that I've ever seen from the real machine in a long race in a money match, because It ended 21-17, factoring in the +5. Actual score was 21-12. The killer will probably be daring the real machine to foul just once more, and then we can see what the killer is made of in terms of the attacking side of the game. Many of you guys like trolling him on social media for this, the amount of time he takes, especially between shots compared to other players. For me, what matters is just results. Meanwhile, it is now 4-4 between Glorious and the computer. That one is a rest of 3. Glorious fighting on with one of his lives. Try and take down one of the guys out of 2. Left with 2 lives in the competition. Once again, the other is Ian. There were 4 by the start of the day. Since then, Hazard and Kasozi, who are the other 2 with the 2 lives before the start of play, have just cancelled out each other in some kind of way. Kasozi losing out to Ivan Kanyesije in one of his lives, and then defeating Hazard by walkover in the second life. By the way, Hazard's phone is off, so he couldn't be traced, and it has not made the venue. Hopefully he's fine, because playing is only second best to the player's safety. The killer will need one relatively big shot. Potting right by real drive to the corner pocket, top right, white ball bouncing off the cushion on the right a little, just a little. That was a little bit too much. Maybe he actually needed more power to have black potted to corner pocket, bottom left or bottom right. He's going for bottom left. Has to control white well. White is safe, black is in. Ibrahim, the killer, wins frame number 5. The score is now 3 frames to 2.
How are you talking? Talking.
Meanwhile, Ibrahim has requested, that is the killer, has requested for a 2-minute timeout that has been granted by the umpire. Play shall resume upon the return of the killer. Once again, it is the killer 3 and the real machine 2, while it is the computer 4 and the black porter 4. And on the match that is on Break and Finish Live on Facebook. Meanwhile, the winner of this match faces Joseph Kasozi in the second life semi-finals, which are actual quarterfinals in terms of prize bracket. In the meantime, it is also 6 for now. Computer leading against Glorious, needing 1 out of 3. Glorious needing all 3 to remain alive in the competition. By the way, I have to say that while Ibra from you people has mostly that, he has that kind of reputation of playing a non-attacking game. This I can tell you for sure. He's one of the best attacking players, not just in this country, but also on the continent. He has that very, very, very lethal pattern. In fact, for all the tournaments he has won, he has been winning by attacking. Now you can see even a frame, as tricky as this raids has been, he still thinks that he can contemplate a way to finish it, and finishing the balls in their respective positions. No opening them up, no nothing, just manipulating white ball around, and you can see this one will be the penultimate shot of the frame. Playing the red to the center pocket on the right with a little bit of top spin, white ball to follow the red a little, just not to get snookered behind the yellow. He should be able to do that with ease, or will I say relative ease. He's very okay and very safe. It is starting to get likely that the real machine may be the next player to exit this competition. It may be Ibra to take on Joseph Kasozi in the round of last 4 in the winners. Sorry, in the first life. Ibra, the killer, 4, and Ibra, the real machine, 3. Thank you for watching. Made next door and Joseph Chitio. You are supporting the real machine, so far it's not going well with you, eh? Samuel Ojong, you say that Hazard feared the computer, that's why he didn't come. Okay, you are not fair. May I suspect, because I know Hazard. I think I just have a feeling that even after the tournament yesterday, he decided to stay around or any other venue playing games, and then slept late, and he likes sleeping for about 8, 9, 10 hours daily. That much I know. He may have been sleeping, but even then he should be awake by now. So when you come to think of it, you just pray that he's safe anyway. Dennis, thank you for watching as well. MX, Swalen Sanjova, and Ricky Chikawa, as well as Paul of Uganda uploading the quality video. I will say hi to Rabba on your behalf. The most likely matches coming up next, it should be Amon and Ian playing the quarterfinal of his second life, and then who is it? Dembaba and Herbert Mokisa, as well as the last one, which should be Computer and Hazard. Just praying that Hazard will be around for that one, just so that he doesn't lose both of his lives in a tournament where he has been playing very well, by the way, and gets it twice, and twice by walkover. Who doesn't remember him taking down the real machine yesterday by 7 frames to nil? Who does that? Davis Bagwabo is asking what happened to Caesar. Caesar is okay. He's playing Ultimate Pool in the United Kingdom in Bolton. And made next day you're asking if I think the killer can play Ultimate Pool. No, he's not naturally an Ultimate Pool player. I don't think Ultimate Pool is his game. But there are so many events where he will shine, in my opinion. So of course, black ball. Any black ball tournament, he would give good competition to his opponents. And then 8 ball, American 8 ball. On the Facebook stream, Simon Debola, the computer matches on to the semi-final of his first life, and I can now confirm that Hazard has arrived for the quarter-final of his second life. So for me, what matters the most, apart from the fact that he's going to play, is the fact that he is safe. It can be worrying a little bit when you advertise a comp, then you move players at 240 kilometers away, and one of them loses by walkover, and it can be worrying, because why would someone not be at the venue on time when they know they came for a tournament? So I started thinking at one time that maybe this guy is not safe. So I am happy with his arrival, actually very happy. But you must also be very happy, you people. Hazard is such an entertainer, both in the way he plays and the way he conducts himself. He can entertain, sometimes in a good way, sometimes in an annoying way. And he's the player that the fans of the other guy who is in Bolton don't like so much, especially Betty Tabitha. As it's starting to look like the killer is set for a place in the semi-finals of his second life. If he can win one more frame out of five, which is highly likely. I also want to remind you that the match between Yuda Sembusi Dembaba and Hapat Mokisa is live on Break and Finish live YouTube. Once again, Habat Mokisa leads by 1-0 against Yuda Sembusi Dembaba. Break and Finish live YouTube. Thereafter, Break and Finish live Facebook is going to have Amon versus Ian, also with 2 lives. It is starting to get even more likely that the killer could get 1 foot of his into the semi-finals on one side of the tournament. Still a lot of work to do. Even if he were to win this, there is work against Joseph Kasozi. And then either Ian or Computer, if he goes that far, that is winning this frame and then defeating Kasozi in the match he's going to be playing next. It's a little bit tricky, this kind of situation is having, but at least he has drawn white backwards, giving himself some kind of cut on the yellow, such that when he does pot it with the rail drive, white bounces off the cushion at the top and moves towards the direction where there is the yellow. Beautiful cueing from Ibrahim Sejemba. That shot was not as obvious as he did make it look. That is what makes him one of Africa's classy players. All he needs is to have the yellow on target. Now to the corner pocket bottom right, he would, even though his eyes were closed, never would he miss from that kind of range. And Ibrahim Kayanja's tournament has now come to a quarter-final end. In his second life, he does accept defeat as Ibrahim Sejemba, the killer, marches on to the semi-finals of his second life. And once again, his opponent will be Joseph Kasozi. On Facebook, coming live next is going to be Amon versus Ian. Break and Finish Live YouTube has Yuda Sembosi leading by 2 frames to 1 against Hapat Mokesa.